guys,
Hey
Leah
guys.
Michelle, Resistance Chicks, January 15th, 2017.
It's a
Sunday. Leah, what do we have for them today?
Well, I think that it's yet to be determined how big of a ruckus that they caused, but you remember when there was a lot of it looked like there was a lot of protests going on about Donald Trump when he Project Veritas came out and showed us that that was all like planned and paid for by like ads on Craigslist.
Right.
And
the Democratic Party under the table was hiring people to come and start fights at the Trump rallies.
And so, because George Soros doesn't really have any money, he has so much money, he's a billionaire.
Too much, yeah, and his son is starting to give it away now too.
He just, imagine you can't even imagine this, you're so evil, you have all this money, you have to think to yourself every day, what am I going to do with it?
If money's not enough, you want power, you want to control something, you want to see something that you've paid for implemented in society.
So you've got these Trump protests that are going to go on, and from what they've said, they are encouraging violence, they're encouraging the destruction of property, and
which doesn't make any sense because the inauguration is going to be taking place in DC, and if you're going to be destroying property in DC, you're going to be destroying government property and probably memorials.
Well, or just people's homes or their houses or their cars, but you know what, if people's minds are so
reprobate
that they just do anything, especially for money.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so,
which, how is it proven that they get paid anyway? Maybe they get paid up front. I don't know.
It's not proven that they get paid.
No, I mean, no, if I was the person, right?
How am I getting paid?
How am I getting
Where's
paid?
my money?
Right, that's what I'm going to be thinking.
I was at a protest.
I punched somebody in the face.
I should show you a video.
I want my money.
I watched today, they had a bunch of people standing around. They were protesting somebody in Donald Trump's cabinet, and then the cameraman asked them, have you heard of so-and-so? I can't even remember his name. I never heard of him. And that's the person they were protesting. None of them had heard of him even. So they were just paid to stand there and be bodies. So the organization is Disrupt J20 has already announced at a press conference Thursday. It has various plans to wreak havoc on Donald Trump's January 20th inauguration and the days leading up to it. I guess they want to have some sort of homosexual dance party in front of Mike Pence's house the day before the inauguration. So we call on all the people of good conscience to join disrupting the ceremonies, blah, 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 blah. I don't even want to read it.
Good conscience.
Good conscience. No peaceful transition. So
here's the thing. I mean, I just keep hearing this whole Donald Trump. Will you accept the results? Will you accept the results? Will you accept the results? And all of these other Clinton supporters were the ones asking that question, and they're not accepting the results. And Lee and I didn't even vote for Donald Trump. But guess what? He was elected president.
So then on the other side you have Bikers for Trump.
Riding down to Washington to support the president-elect.
That's right. Joining us now to
It's not getting bigger.
That's right. They can still see.
Okay. For Trump, Chris Cox. Chris, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Chris.
Thank you, and hello, everybody.
Hello. So tell us about, first of all, about Bikers for Trump, where it came from, and then what you plan to do at the inauguration.
Well, Bikers for Trump started as a result of the outspoken nature of Donald Trump and the bikers' frustration with the direction this country was going. So we were laughed at first. We had our first rally in Virginia Beach, Virginia, back in October of 15. And we had about 100 guys show up, and since then we've grown to about 200,000 strong.
Wow.
We had 20,000 members just last week, and so we're a force to be dealt with. We're a political phenomenon. We are in no way, shape, or form vigilantes. We will have a presence during the presidential inauguration. We have full confidence in the Metropolitan Police Department, the Park Police, and the Capitol Police. We believe they've learned from mistakes that were made in Chicago and Arizona, and we have the utmost confidence in them. But in the event that we are needed, we certainly will form a wall of meat.
What does that mean? What does that mean, a wall of meat?
A wall of meat.
We'll be shoulder to shoulder with our brothers, and we'll be toe to toe with anyone that is going to break through any police barriers, that's going to be assaulting women, spitting on them, throwing things at them. And we are anticipating a peaceful transition of power. We have utmost support with the police. We are here to support Donald Trump. We have been involved in this campaign for the sole purpose of seeing Donald Trump elected president, and we couldn't be happier. We have guys coming in right now, driving across Texas, Arizona. Guys left San Diego 2 days ago. Large groups coming in from Florida. Pennsylvania has busloads coming in. Ohio, New York, you name it. We got bikers coming in town.
Where are you going to sleep?
Okay, so they want to just support Donald Trump.
Now here's the thing, let's be clear. Leah and I actually, and maybe I can't speak for Leah, I find this hilarious. I do find it funny. And I also find what these women march against, you know, that they're going to do what, the day before? We just covered this. Or the day after.
The day after.
The day after. And the other presents that are going to be there, it's equally as funny. The only difference is that this one isn't kind of funny because they're going to be inciting violence. The bikers are not going to be inciting violence. They're going to be there to protect people from the people that are inciting violence. And I can guarantee you, they will be protecting the people that are inciting violence from either side.
Yeah, I think that, you know, there's a demographic when it comes to bikers. They used to have a bad rap. And
most of them are just a bunch of big teddy bears.
And they really just love people, and most of them love God. And, you know, I mean, we took a bicycle trip across the country, and they gave us the call
wave,
sign
yeah.
when they were taking some cross-country trips. And we stayed at a campground once, and there were some Bikers for Christ there, and they, you know, gave us some pop and were really nice to us. And, you know, they just... most of these bikers, I mean, these particular ones, a lot of these are Christians, and they just, you want to do something.
Right.
You want to feel like you're doing something, because in America you can't, like, do anything that means something. And so when they're getting behind this, they're feeling like men. They want to do something because they see our country is headed away from liberty, away from freedom, away from morals.
Away from manliness.
And this is what they can do.
Right.
This is the only thing that they can do right now that they feel like can make a difference. And I feel like it does make a difference because it's a step of faith for our country.
Right.
And I am behind them being behind Donald Trump, even though, you know, we didn't necessarily vote for Donald Trump. We are behind everyone who did. Most everyone. You know,
Not
for the
everyone,
for the right reasons. There's a lot of wrong reasons out there. So, anyways, that's the news.
I kind of expect it to be peaceful. However, the news is building it up to be this thing that it's not going to be. And it's kind of the same thing about Clinton actually getting elected. This is another fake news story that we're hearing, that there's going to be all this violence. It's going to go off without a hitch. Everything is going to be fine. People aren't going to be spitting on women. You might have a couple of people, but really the mass of people are just kind of like done with this whole thing. They're just going to let it go. But the media, this is a really good case in point why Leah and Michelle, Resistance Chicks, why we're here to tell you, don't believe the media. I'm telling you, they lie. So if they're telling you that it's going to be like a big hoopla, then it's probably not going to be. Just saying.
Okay.
Leah and Michelle, Resistance Chicks, where it's not a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. Follow us on Twitter, and please subscribe and leave comments.
I was cold, all alone. No place for home every day. So afraid, but you called my name.